XFM News on point.
Take a look at the news. I'm Len Komjisha. Opposition FDC party has asked Electoral Commission Chairman Justice Simon Mugenyi Byabakama to resign for failure to control security forces from brutalizing opposition candidates under the guise of enforcing COVID-19 control measures. During a press conference held at the party headquarters, Party Secretary General Nandala Mafabi condemned police brutal acts against National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and their presidential flag bearer Patrick Oboye Amuriat. Mafabi says if the Electoral Commission cannot take charge of the campaigns, its boss should step aside.
Justice Byabakama, it's high time he declared that he has failed and resign. For example, our candidate was in Agago on radio, he was switched off. We paid for radio and Guru, we could not be allowed to speak on radio. And yet it was agreed that the campaign shall be both scientific and a minimal meeting of people. And if you cannot allow people to be on radios or on TVs, it becomes unfair.
Meanwhile, the FDC campaign chairman Waswa Birigwa says they will continue with campaigns despite the brutal acts against their candidate. Two candidates, the Alliance for National Transformation candidate General Mugisha Muntu and independent candidate General Henry Tumukunde, have suspended their campaigns in protest of the arrest of the two presidential candidates.
So the fight shall continue and continue. For those who are unable to continue, we shall represent them until they're able to move. But we should not give room for Museveni to think that he has won. We shall continue to fight those who are able to fight, and this campaign is going to continue and continue.
Pentecostal pastors through the umbrella body, the National Fellowship for Born-Agains and Pentecostal Churches, have spoken out on the protests that rocked the country yesterday following NUP's presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, a.k.a. Bobi Wine's arrest. 7 people were confirmed dead by the police, whilst several others sustained serious injuries. The Pentecostal Church's publicist Bishop Daniel Kutesa Wandimba noted that Wednesday's scenes cast the country in bad light, asking security personnel to professionally execute their work. Wandimba also warned the public against disregarding security personnel instructions. Hotelians who were laid off due to COVID-19 are seeking government support to start up their own businesses. Tumweweze Bernard, speaking on behalf of a team of 100 members, stated that after the outbreak, they were laid off from their workplaces due to lack of money to pay their salaries and are now jobless, starving with their families. Tumweweze has appealed to President Museveni to offer them startup capital worth 500 million shillings so that they can open up their own restaurants to earn a living.
We need these 500 millions to open up our own groups restaurants, whereby we can set up hotel restaurants, and each group of like 30 people can go into one restaurant, another one goes into another restaurant, up to when we divide into that money, 500 millions that we requested for.
In other news, the UN Refugee Agency has said thousands of civilians are continuing to flee across the border into Sudan to escape the continuing unrest in Ethiopia's northern region of Tigray. The UNHCR's representative for Sudan, Axel Bishop, said most were families living on food because it had become too dangerous to stay. Ethiopia has denied targeting civilians as it continues its campaign against the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front. Central government forces say they are continuing to advance on the regional capital, Mekelle, though information is hard to verify because of a communications blackout. More than 30,000 people have now crossed the border into Sudan. That was the news.
XFM News on point.